Deadlocked is the 12th book in the Sookie Stackhouse series, the next to last book, the penultimate book. I never get to use that word. So I thought I would read something happy from Deadlocked because God knows enough terrible things happen in it. But this is one of the happier passages. Sookie has stopped into Tara's place of business to see her, and Tara, who is pregnant with twins, has just had some contractions. I needed to check on Tara, who hadn't returned my calls. Maybe she'd gone to work today, too. Sure enough, her car was parked beside Tara's Togs. Inside, she was sitting at the wedding table, the one where brides sat to order their invitations and their napkins and anything else a bride could want. "Tara," I said, because the expression on her face was very peculiar. "How come you didn't call me back? What's effaced mean? Does that mean you're going to have the babies?" "Mm-hmm," she said, but it was clear her attention was on something else. "Where's McKenna?" Tara's assistant had been working more and more hours as Tara grew more and more great with child. Well, great with children. "She's at home," Tara said. "You don't look like you can work a whole 8 hours," I said cautiously. "I can't," she said, and my mouth fell open. "How come?" I said. "I'm having the babies today." I felt a thread of panic rise up out of my stomach. Who all knows this, Tara?" "You," she said. "You haven't called anybody else?" "No, I'm just trying to deal, having a little moment here." She tried to smile. "But I guess you better call McKenna and tell her to come to work, and you better call JB and tell him to get to the hospital, and you could call his mama. Oh, and maybe the ambulance." "Oh my God, you're hurting?" She glared at me, but I don't think she knew she was looking at me like she hoped I'd turn green. "It's not too bad yet," she said, "but my water broke just now, and since it's twins..." I was already punching in 911. I described the situation to the dispatcher. "Oh, tell her not to eat or drink anything," said the dispatcher. "We'll be right over there." I hung up. "Tara, they're coming. Nothing to eat or drink." "You see any food around here?" she said. "Not a damn thing. I've been trying to keep my weight gain to a minimum, so Mr. Bare Naked Booty will have something to keep him home when I get over having his children." "I'm calling him right now," I said. After a frozen moment, JB said, "I'm coming. Wait, if you call the ambulance, I'll meet it at the hospital. Have you called the doctor?" "She didn't put him on my list." "I'll do it," JB said, and I hung up. I called McKenna, who said, "Oh my God, I just got out of bed. Lock up and I'll get there within an hour. Tell her I said good luck." Not knowing what else to do, I stood beside Tara, who said, "Give me your hand." I took it, and she got a death grip. She began to pant in rhythm, and her face turned red. Her whole body tensed. This close to her, I could smell something kind of unusual. It wasn't exactly a bad smell, but it was certainly one I'd never associated with Tara. Amniotic fluid, I guessed. I thought all the bones in my hand would snap before Tara finished puffing. We rested a moment. Tara and I, her eyes remained fixed on some far distant shore. I recognized the 2 EMTs, though I couldn't recall their names. They graduated with Jason, or maybe a year ahead of him. As far as I was concerned, they had halos. "Hey, lady," the taller woman said to Tara, "you ready to take a ride with us?" Tara nodded. "How close are the contractions, darling?" asked the second. She was asking me, but I just gaped at her. 3 or 4 minutes, Tara said in a monotone, as if she thought she'd pop if she spoke emphatically. I was left standing in the middle of the store. I stared at the wet chair. Finally, I wrote a note to McKenna. "You will need to clean the chair," it said. I stuck it to the back door where McKenna would enter, and I locked up and departed. I hope that you all have enjoyed the Sookie series. Since I'm writing the last one now, reading Deadlocked is a total build-up to the last book, and the happenings in it are pretty essential to understanding the last book. So I hope that you all read it.